One here at K. Thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. Here we go. Honolulu with the ball. Right with the ball. Outside Wembanyama. Pass to Banchero. Blocked! Here's Brewer. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Outside Irving. The three ball. Drops in the three.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Pass to Daniels. Takes the three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Timeout called. Honolulu. Honolulu with the ball. 6-point game. And just about a minute into this first quarter. To the right side. The three from Banchero. Again, the miss by Honolulu. I'll say this. Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Now here's Wembanyama. Pass to Banchero. Shot clock at 6. Back to Wembanyama. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Wembanyama quickly with one of his own, firing right back.
Irving with it. From downtown, it's hauled in by Wembanyama. On offense, here's Honolulu. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Wembanyama screen. Lets it fly from 18. And Banchero gets it to go.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
On offense, here's Honolulu, trailing by 4. Right side, Koulibaly. Pass to Brewer. Banchero outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Wembanyama. Uses the glass on the layup. Wembanyama's got 5 now.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
He shoots. Outside for Irving. Aiden with a screen. Let's go with a 3. And it's Irving missing. Honolulu with the ball. Wembanyama with it. Now guarded by Aiden. Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Wembanyama. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Honolulu with the ball. Now Koulibaly takes it inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Here's Fareed. Pass to Brewer. For 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Right side, Koulibaly. Here's Brewer. And so they foul intentionally. Honolulu shooting their first free throws of this game.
Third team foul.
First free throw is good.
For Honolulu. 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Here's Daniels. Offensive rebound. Pass to Irving. Here's Daniels. Hounded by Wright. 6 on the shot clock. Daniels misses. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama. 7 foot 4 inches. Skilled. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one of the most skilled.
Timeout called. Honolulu. .55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Back to Wright. Wembanyama up top. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Wembanyama's got 8.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Aiden with a screen. Unloads. He squares up and sinks it. Give him 8 points now.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Wembanyama screen. Banchero in the post. And the layup is good off the glass. Banchero's got his second basket.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
Daniels. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. Stolen. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Honolulu on top. They lead by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Honolulu, what do you guys think?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
There's a screen to the middle. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And part of what makes Wembanyama so dangerous, a big guy who can push the pace.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here's Irving. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Daniels. The three. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Daniels has got 6.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Back to right. Koulibaly on the wing. No good on the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Irving for 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. He goes up. And Caro getting busy on the break.
In transition, Bankero already knows to turn on the Jets. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense to catch up on him at all.
Irving, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Daniels, that one's true.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Outside Wembanyama. And he stays with it.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
And there's the screen. Irving with it. Picked up by Koulibaly. Here's Fareed. Rebound by Honolulu.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Home team foul. Dyson Daniels. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Right outside. Wembanyama screen. 5 on the clock. Back to right. Over Ayton.
Exceptional defense from Ayton. I love seeing him challenge shots like this.
Irving looking around. Oh, and the jam! By Ayton.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Outside for Wembanyama. Stolen by Ayton. Pass to Daniels. From outside the arc. Here's Brewer. Here's Fareed. Out to the right wing. Second shot opportunity.
Yeah, this is something we might see Bankero work on, improving his ability to knock away shots.
1:19 left to play in the first half. Right outside. Wembanyama screen. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Bankero. Back to right. And And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Here's Ayton. Back to Irving. The home team calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
Pass to Brewer. 6 to shoot. Here's Daniels. 8 in the open look. Knocked loose. Back to Daniels. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Team foul.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. And the finish by Irving.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Outside for Wembanyama. Ooh, Wembanyama with the silky stroke from 3. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
The shot by Fareed, no good.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Timeout called, Honolulu. Cuts off the pass. The home team calls timeout. Here's Daniels. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
Boy, that was close. Got it in just in the nick of time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Black. There's a screen. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Pass to Mobo. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Chalmers. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Koulibaly. Outside Covington. Launches a 3. Hits a three-pointer. Covington's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, putting the 3 in 3 and D. This team is so much better when Covington is making those shots.
He takes it in. He got a piece of it. Koulibaly with it. Picked up by Reddish. Koulibaly on the wing. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Oh, and there's the whistle. on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal
On
foul.
Robert Covington.
Second
And he
team
drops the first.
At the line for the home team. Boulevard.
And he makes both free throws. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Mobo. Drops in the layup for 2.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him.
Team foul.
And Honolulu making a change here. Here's Black. He connects from downtown. Black's got 5 points.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
An opportunity to pad the lead.
And BA, if they can push it into double digits, that's tough to overcome.
To the inside. Here's Ellison. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Here's Mobo. Gets the 3 ball to go. Mobo's got 5 points in the quarter.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Outside Covington. Pulls it. It's hauled in by Reddish.
The defender takes away his space and any chance of him making that shot.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Chalmers. Pass to Mobo. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Assisted by
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Here's Black. 5 points in the game. And that one's good. Koulibaly. On offense, here's Honolulu. 7-point differential. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. That one drops for him. Mobo's got 9 points here in the second half.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
Pass to Koulibaly. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kamari. Fires for 3. Pure. From 3-point range.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Now here's Reddish. No points so far. And they go to the intentional foul.
Anthony Black. First personal foul. First team foul.
34 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Mobo. He's got 9. 4 on the clock. Timeout called. Honolulu. A big group substitution here for Honolulu.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Banchero. Shot clock at 2. Wembanyama so comfortable inside.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
Here's Daniels. Nails it from 3. Daniels has got 15.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
He's going to keep putting up shots regardless of the score. That's the kind of player he is.
The home team calls timeout. The home team calls timeout. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. Got it up. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Honolulu with the ball. They trail by 7. The 3 from Wembanyama. They get it back. Brewer. Pass to Banchero. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Wembanyama screen. Clock at 6. Second chance effort. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Pass to Aiden. Here's Brewer, hounded by Wright. And here's the fast break. And an intentional foul right there.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Wembanyama. And he converts the layup. Wembanyama's got 23 points.
In a tight one like this, you have to trust in his ability.
Pass to Aiden. All alone. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Banchero outside. Outside for Wembanyama. Here's Wemby. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Oh, ferocious on the attack. Once Wembanyama gets into the lane, the defense is done.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Pass to Aiden. Back to Daniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Aiden. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
Honolulu with the ball. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
They're just trying to hold on to this lead, Grant.
And right now, you just can't afford to be careless.
Daniels, that one's true.
Yes, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Oh, Wembanyama reaches up and throws
defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Timeout called. Honolulu. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Honolulu's head coach was going over with his team. He emphasized staying sharp the rest of the way, saying turnovers will kill us. We can close this gap if we take care of the ball. Don't try and overdo it. Let's send it back to you guys, Brian.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. 6 on the shot clock. Knocks down the long J. Wembanyama's got 30 points.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's the pick. And that's an intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Third team foul.
Outside Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Pass to Abe. Here's Daniels. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. On offense, here's Honolulu. They're on a 13-5 run. Driving inside. Oh, taking flight. Wembanyama.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
Irving for 3. Yes! Oh, a tremendous 3. We're tied. And Wembanyama has the ball here for Honolulu. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th. Drives to the hoop. Yes!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Fareed. Money.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Wembanyama with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Outside for Wembanyama. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock.
And they do have a foul to give if needed.
Here's Wembanyama.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Pretty much they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense.
Count it!
Oh, he's putting on a scoring clinic, guys. If it wasn't for him, they would not be in this game.
Money!
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Timeout called. Honolulu. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
They're in a tough spot. Barely enough time to run the catch and shoot.
Into the lineup for your home team. Number 33.
Here's Wembanyama. And so the home crowd treated to a win. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what.
2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce.
Here we go.
Honolulu with the ball. Now right. The three. Knocks it down from distance.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Now here's Irving. To the inside. It's stolen away. Pass to right. Here's Brewer. Outside for Wembanyama. And Honolulu, another three.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Ayton with a screen. Fires the three. He drops it from range.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
Now here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
Here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Graham, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. And that one's good. Irving.
3 points.
There.
Guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they perform, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
Now here's Wembanyama. 7 points in the game. Over to the wing. Back to Banchero. Timeout called. Honolulu.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan, and everything falls into place for a team.
Clock is at 3. From the wing, it doesn't go for him. And the visitors call time here. The visitors with the ball. Trailing by 2. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. 6 to shoot. Pass to Ayton. Here's Daniels. Ayton with a screen. Three-pointer. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Here's Brewer. Wembanyama screen. And here's Wright. Wembanyama down low. 7 points in the game. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
What a luxury having Wembanyama on your team. I mean, he can create anything out of nothing.
Daniels misses. And Wembanyama has the ball here for Honolulu. 4-point game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Wembanyama scanning the floor. Right outside.
He set that trap up perfectly. I mean, he had the inside-out pass scouted and jumped right on it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
The visitors with the ball. Irving, no good.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Banchero outside. Right outside. Just 5 on the clock. From deep, Wembanyama. Ooh, he's locked in. Dreams his 5th shot in as many attempts.
And we are used to seeing bigs these days hit threes, but the skill of Wembanyama from deep is impressive.
Fareed, count it.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Right, drives it. And that one is stuffed right through.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Team foul.
At least the over-the-back call comes from playing hard, but you'd like to see him get better position.
Yeah, I always saw that as an effort foul. If it happens once, coaches usually let it slide. You just don't want to make it a habit.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Pass to Brewer. Outside for Wembanyama. Timeout called, Honolulu. Nine seconds left to play in the first. 4 on the clock. And here's Wright from the arc. And the visitors call time here. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Timeout called, Honolulu.
Started.
Coming onto the floor for the away team.
Up in time.
22.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for Honolulu. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. All right, Sticker.
Team 10.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Honolulu?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Daniels. And so the ball out of bounds. Ayton touched it last. Honolulu leading by 9. Outside Wembanyama. Here's the pick. Oh, who else? Wembanyama.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
To the middle. Right with a steal. And they're on the break. Outside Coulibaly. Outside Wembanyama. And there's the foul. It's on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Outside Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Right outside. Launches a 3. Oh, rejected by Ayton. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. On the wing, Daniels. To the left wing. Pass to Irving. Three-pointer. Rebound by Honolulu.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Now here's Wembanyama. Knocks it loose. Back to right. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. The 3 from Ayton. And Brewer pulls it down. Honolulu leading by 13. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Outside Wembanyama. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Poke loose.
Defensively, you always want to keep vision on the ball.
Oh, big finish.
Wow. Okay, I see you. And the dime going to Ayton, expanding the passing part of his game.
Outside Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Pass to Fareed. A minute 58 left in the second. And Carroll with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Right wing. 5 to shoot. Down low. Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And you can run offense through Banchero time and time again. I mean, he is a special talent.
Pass to Ayton. Launches it. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
They set the pick. Back to Irving. Fires the 3.
Just a great play on D to throw him off the shot and force a turnover.
Back to Wembanyama. 52 seconds left to play in the first half. Right with the bucket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And an intentional foul right there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes a first.
Yeah, what I appreciate about Ayton is that he wants to keep getting better. You have to be excited about his future.
And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for Honolulu. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to right. Back to Wembanyama. Clock at 6. Over Irving. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Irving looking around. Releases. He squares up and sinks it. Irving's got 5. From deep, Wembanyama. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Honolulu closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. and it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. We'll be back in a moment. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama, 7'4", skilled. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one of the most skilled.
Puts up a three, and it's Coulibaly missing.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Robert Covington. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Mobo. Misses the three. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Mario Chalmers. First personal foul. Second team foul.
The home team on D. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. That cuts the lead to single digits. Coulibaly's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Covington, no good.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Here's Mobo, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. To the paint. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
They set a pick. Here's Mobo. Drives to the hoop. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Coulibaly. Mobo with a rebound.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Outside Reddish. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Here's Mobo. 6 points for him. Blocked. And they'll keep possession. Shot clock at 6. Back to Coulibaly. Over Covington. And it's Coulibaly missing.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And so they foul intentionally.
Third team foul.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. They set the screen. Coulibaly. And a miss there on the triple.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball. Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Let's go with a three. Gets the three ball to go. Coulibaly's got 6.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
And a two-handed jam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Here's Coulibaly. He has 6. Fires for three. It's hauled in by Reddish. Honolulu leading by 16. Pass to Chalmers. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Here's Mobo. Clock at 6. Here's Chalmers. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Robert Covington. First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
The home team on D. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. On target from range.
3.
Koulibaly's got 9 points in the quarter.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Outside Reddish. 6 to shoot. Pass to Chalmers. From outside the arc. Again, the miss by Honolulu. And the visitors call time here.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Here's Daniels. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Honolulu in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Honolulu leading by 13. There's a screen. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama, so comfortable inside.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Irving with it. He's picked up by Banchero, who poked away. It's stolen by Wright. He goes up. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Here's Wright. To the wing on the left. Outside Wembanyama. Back to Wright. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Daniels. Sends it home from three-point land.
Yeah, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Pass to Wembanyama. And there's a pick. Lets the three fly. And Brewer pulls it down. Outside Irving. And that's an intentional foul.
Corey Brewer. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Here's Brewer. Drills it from deep.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Timeout called. Honolulu. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Honolulu's head coach was going over with his team. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
Irving for three. Pass to Daniels. Here's the three. Counted from distance. Daniels has got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Wembanyama up top. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Right side, Wembanyama. 5 on the clock. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
He's their go-to. They keep calling his number, and he delivers.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Aiden. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Wembanyama with it. Now guarded by Aiden. Wembanyama, high post. It's right on the wing. Timeout called.
Timeout.
Honolulu.
Guard it.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Irving with a deep three. Nails it from 3.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Outside Wembanyama. Pass to Brewer. Shot clock at 5. Wembanyama screen. From the stripe. And Aiden pulls it down.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
And he commits the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
55 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
This is why they give Ayton the ball in these spots. They trust him and his ability to deliver.
Wembanyama with it. And there's the foul. It's on DeAndre Ayton. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
34 seconds left in the game. Outside Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the lob. And it's rejected.
Yeah, that was great job on defense for Daniels. He knows how to distract shooters.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
DeLon Wright. Second personal foul. 4th team foul.
First free throw is good. And that narrows the lead down to just 3. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, they desperately needed those free throws, and he delivered. It's down to a one-possession game.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line. And that makes it a 3-point lead.
It's all about getting a 3 right here.
We'll see what they draw up. 3-pointer is a must.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within 2 here. Both free throws good from Irving.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
4th personal foul. 4th team foul.
He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2.
If this young man is pretty steady at the line, Wembanyama can get this done. calm under pressure, and every point here means a lot.
And the visitors call time here. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
Irving with a deep 3. And that's an intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Teams in the foul. Shooting for the away team.
He drops the first one, and that brings him within 2 here.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Wright. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Fifth personal foul. Fifth team foul.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good. And it's a 3-point game. And the visitors call time here. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first. And that brings him within 2 here. It's both from the stripe. Timeout called, Honolulu. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Teams in the foul.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2.
Taking 2 shots.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. There's 6 seconds left in the fourth, and Bilal Coulibaly picks up the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out. He gets the first, and that brings him within 2 here. Good on both. Here's Chalmers, and they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul. First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game. And they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that brings him within 2 here. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line. And so it's Honolulu with the W. What a performance they had here at home today. everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. And along with Grant Hill and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Allie LaForce, our reporter. Here we go. And here's Albuquerque now. Now right. Pass to Aiden. It's Beasley on the wing. Fires from deep. Victor Wembanyama grabs a board. And Wembanyama has the ball here for Honolulu. And here's Banchero. Here's Brewer. Just 5 on the clock. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Here's Abdul-Rahim.
Honolulu foul call. Calling Brewer. First personal foul. First team foul.
Beasley with it. And he drives in. And that one good.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Pass to Wembanyama. Fires the three. Sinks it from distance. Wembanyama's got 5 points.
Yeah, you've got to worry about Wembanyama everywhere. He puts a defense to the test.
Fires in the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
To the middle. Here's Ayton. Out to Beasley. 6 to shoot. He takes it in. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on Banchero.
Personal foul.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
Albuquerque shooting their first free throws of the game now. Both good from the line that time.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Wembanyama with it. Now right defending. Outside Coulibaly. Takes the 3. Knocks it down from distance.
What a pretty pass from DeLon Wright. This guy can play 1 or 2, but that passing ability is important at either position.
Right outside. Rebound by Honolulu.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Honolulu shooting their first free throw of the game here. And that one misses.
Honestly, we have never seen someone like Victor Wembanyama, a skilled 7.5-footer. I mean, the way he moves, it's unreal.
Now here's Coulibaly. Misses the 3. And here they come. Here's Abdul-Rahim. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Here's Coulibaly. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
To the inside. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Boy, boy, look at how natural DeAndre Ayton looks in the pick and roll. This guy is smart. He understands how to navigate. Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Three-pointer. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And there's the screen. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
Here's Brewer. No good with the triple. And Wembanyama has the ball here for Honolulu. 4-point game. Knocks down the triple. Brewer's got 5.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Brewer tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Brewer. They get it again. Takes a 3. Drops in the 3. Give him 8 points now.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And the guys are making their shots. That's critical.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Here's Wright. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Honolulu.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
another strength for them today, guys. Mid-range shooting. Normally the defense wants to give you that shot. Let's see if they adjust at all.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Beasley outside. Fires from the wing. It's rebounded by Banchero. Honolulu leading by 13. Pass to Brewer.
Who's watching it?
Wembanyama with it. Banchero the screen. 5 on the clock. Oh, too easy for Wemby. Nice finish.
And part of what makes Wembanyama so dangerous, a big guy who can push the pace.
Albuquerque calls timeout. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Beasley outside. Ayton with a screen. Beasley, that one's good. Beasley's got 7.
What a pretty pass from DeLon Wright. This guy can play 1 or 2, but that passing ability is important at either position.
Left side, Wembanyama. The 3 from Banchero. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. 15 points in the game.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Second personal foul.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. The first one falls.
At the line for Albuquerque, Michael Beasley.
Beasley hits them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Pass to Banchero. Now here's Ayton. Now Wright. Hounded by Wright. 6 on the shot clock. Now Banchero puts it up. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Honolulu leading by 12. And that's a foul called on DeLon Wright. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Pass to Brewer. Wembanyama screen. Bankero with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Coulibaly. Off target from outside. And so it's Ayton with it. He brings it up for Albuquerque. Ayton with a screen. Here's Brewer. And they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Team foul.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Beasley misses.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
On the break. And Ayton with the stuff.
Well, this guy is so good in transition situations. DeAndre Ayton runs the floor like a deer.
To the right side. Pass to Bankero. Back to Wembanyama. Coulibaly on the wing. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Bankero outside. And there's the call on Bankero. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Beasley outside. Right outside. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Wright's got 6.
Boy, DeLon Wright with great range. What a shot.
Here's Brewer. Give him 8 points now. It's Wright on the wing. Stop the drought. It's rebounded by Bankero. Albuquerque shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
5th team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Timeout called. Honolulu. I'll say this, Bankero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Beasley hits them both. Honolulu leading by 5. Wembanyama, high post. Here's Coulibaly. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist.
3 points.
Give him 8 points now.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Now here's Wright. 6 points for him. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
The quickness of DeLon Wright is a lot for defenders to deal with. How pretty is that drive?
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Wright. Out to the right wing. The 3 from Bankero. And Honolulu another 3.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Beasley outside. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. That'll count. And so that's the end of the first half. Honolulu on top, leading by 9. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining in, 1 half is in the books. 1 half to go. Honolulu leading by 9. Here's Chalmers. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Yeah, this is something we might see Bankero work on, improving his ability to knock away shots.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Black. Over Covington. Bobo with the rebound. Outside Reddish. Pass to Covington. Outside Reddish. Here's Chalmers. Shot clock at 6. And there's a pick. And there's a defensive 3-second call. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And the technical free throw is good. There's the steal. Here's Ellison. Outside Koulibaly. Here's the 3. Connects from downtown. Koulibaly's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
Here's Mobo. Still without a bucket. Just 4 to shoot. Got a hand on it. And here comes the break. It's tipped. Outside Koulibaly. The floater. Pass to Chalmers. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Banchero.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's Ellison. Back to Banchero. Here's Ellison to the paint. Goes back up. Outside Reddish. There's a screen. To the wing, right side. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the break. Pass to Chalmers. Puts up a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Chalmers has gotten 4 this quarter. Banchero the screen. Here's Ellison. And here's Reddish. No made baskets yet. Yes, it's good.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Albuquerque shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Honolulu leading by 7. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
They set the pick. Back to Reddish. 4 on the clock. And the layup is good. And it's an 11-point Honolulu lead.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Here's Reddish. And again, it's Albuquerque missing. On offense, here's Honolulu. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Albuquerque calls timeout. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Outside Koulibaly. Koulibaly on the wing. Chops one in from the wing. Koulibaly's got 5 now. Honolulu leading by 11. Here's Mobo. Reddish on the wing. Here's Mobo. They set the screen. And that one is hammered home.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Albuquerque calls timeout. Here's Black. No points so far. Outside Reddish. Lets it go from deep. Gets the 3 to fall.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Now right. Wembanyama screen. Back to right. 5 to shoot. Outside Wembanyama. The 3. It'll count. No good. Misses at the buzzer. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Honolulu on top, leading by 10. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Beasley with it. Pass to Abdur-Rahim. Now here's Wright. Wright with the board.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And here's Wright. Pass to Brewer. Launches the 3. They get it back. Lets the 3 fly. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Mr. Covington known for his defensive prowess, but that's a pretty look right there.
Here's Abdur-Rahim. Beasley outside. And the 3 off target.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Right outside. Pass to Brewer. From the arc. It's rebounded by Abdur-Rahim.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And here's Wright. And he dunks it down.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Right outside. Clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Here's Brewer. Good, and the assist to Wembanyama. Brewer's got 6 in the quarter.
Have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Here's Wembanyama. He's off on the layup. Here's Abdur-Rahim. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Good offense beats good defense? Not always.
Back to Wembanyama. The 3 from Banchero. Unable to get that one. And it's Beasley penetrating. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Up top, Beasley.
Minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
Pass to Wembanyama. Wemby putting on a show.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
That one goes. Count it.
You have to account for Jelon Wright at the cup. This guy has good size at his position.
And so it's Banchero who brings it up for Honolulu. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And stolen by Beasley. Here's Brewer. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Honolulu's head coach was going over with his team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, BA.
And Allie, thanks. And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And here's Albuquerque now, trailing by 10.
The near 8-foot wingspan of Wembanyama. I mean, that will disrupt shots. Believe that.
Banchero outside. Clock at 4. The 3 from Wembanyama hits the trifecta.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
On offense, here's Honolulu. They lead by 11. The 3. And Honolulu another 3.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
And they just went out and executed. Give credit to the coaching staff. They have to be thrilled with their level of play.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Now Wright. Pass to Coulibaly. The 3 from Wembanyama. And Ayton pulls it down.
And you know they're extremely disappointed right now. I mean, this one getting away from them.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Wembanyama from deep three-point land. And that bucket's good. And so it's Honolulu.
Welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. And it's going to be Honolulu off the tip. And here is Wright. And finished off by Wright.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Pass to Abdul-Rahim. Back to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, Mr. Ayton decides, why just lay it up when you can finish with authority?
Koulibaly with it. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Abdul-Rahim. Beasley the screen. 4 on the clock. Shoots a fader. Wembanyama with the rebound. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for Honolulu. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Now, Wright. Wembanyama, a screen. Five on the clock. Honolulu needs to get off a shot. Koulibaly. Pass to Wembanyama. Buries the long-range jumper. Wembanyama has got 5 points so far.
Well, how about the range? Wembanyama has that rare ability at the center spot.
And now the first timeout called here for Albuquerque.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
And Albuquerque with the possession. They trail by 7. Three-pointer right. And the rebound goes to Honolulu. There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Wembanyama with it. Now right defender. Yes, that goes in.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Pass to Beasley. And they get it. Banchero grabs the board.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now here's Wright. Wembanyama with it. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Fires the 3. The shot comes out. Honolulu leading by 9. Pass to Brewer. The 3 ball. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And that one is good by Beasley.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Koulibaly. He has yet to score.
Albuquerque foul. Sharif Abdul-Rahim. First personal foul. Second team foul.
1:02 left to play in the first quarter. Wembanyama with it. Now right defender. From the arc. And again, it's Honolulu from deep.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And so it's Honolulu with it. Following the score by Albuquerque. Honolulu shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line in this one.
Third team foul.
And he makes the first.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Beasley for three. And the rebound goes to Honolulu.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. Free throw good. Good Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama. Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And that one's good. Right.
The quickness of DeLon Wright is a lot for defenders to deal with. How pretty is that drive?
Brewer with the steal. With the drive. Oh, and the dunk by Brewer.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
A wide open look here for Wright. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Honolulu out in front, up by 12. The second quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Honolulu?
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Here's Banchero. And the rejection by Eaton. Offensive rebound. Goes up again. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And I love seeing Banchero be strong on the backboard. He knows his team depends on him to rebound.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paulo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Beasley with the steal. Shoots the three. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Wembanyama left side. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Pass to Beasley. Banchero outside. Ayton a screen. 5 to shoot. Right outside. And again Albuquerque with a triple.
Boy, DeLon Wright with great range. What a shot.
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. It's his 3rd foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Banchero outside. Wembanyama right side. Wembanyama! Big man with
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Pass to Ayton. Right outside. Three-pointer. And again Albuquerque with the triple.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
And stolen by Wright. And now Banchero pushing it up and no one back to stop him. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Banchero looking around. And finished off by Banchero.
And once Banchero gets going, boy, it's hard to stop him. Given his size and speed, he's going to be a handful.
It's stolen by Banchero. Here's Beasley. And he can't jam it through.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
For Honolulu, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Brewer. And it's Brewer finishing it off.
The big guy attacking the rim. The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Pass to Banchero. Right, left side. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
Fourth team foul.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Banchero left side. And finished off by Banchero.
And that drive gives Banchero all the momentum he needs. And, boy, he turns it into an explosive finish.
Beasley the screen. The three. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Honolulu lead by 14 to the left wing. Banchero, that's good. Banchero's got 10 points.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Wright sets a screen. Over in the corner, Banchero. And again, it's Honolulu from deep.
I'll tell you, Banchero wants to see the answer from three, and he decides to do it himself.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
There's 14 seconds left here in the second. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wembanyama for 3. No good. Shot missing. Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. The three, Beasley. Wow, through the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. So Honolulu calls timeout. They're first. A Big group substitution here for Honolulu. Good on the second free throw. And he nails the third. Timeout called, Honolulu.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
Timeout called, Honolulu. And so it's Honolulu holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pass to Koulibaly. From outside, off the mark. Honolulu leading by 11. And here is Chalmers. He's defended by Koulibaly. And here we go, Albuquerque, fast break.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
For Albuquerque, they've gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. No free throws, good from Banchero. And so it's Chalmers with it. He'll bring it up for Honolulu. Chalmers slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Ellison. Lock at 6. Pass to Black. Albuquerque needs to get a shot off it. Here's Ellison. It's rebounded by Koulibaly.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Takes it off the glass.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
There's the drive. It's deflected. Here's Mobo. Outside Covington. And here's Chalmers from the arc. It's good from long range. Chalmers has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Banchero with the screen. A shot by Reddish, no good. Honolulu leading by 16. Driving in. Over to the left wing. Bangs home the trifecta. Chalmers has got 8 points.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Shot to stop the run. Pass to Reddish. Here's Ellison. Albuquerque again can't hit it.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Mobo. Chalmers outside. They get a hand on it. He's all alone. There's the lob to Banchero. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Honolulu.
Pass to Mobo. And that one is hammered home.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. A shot by Reddish, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
Now, here's Chalmers. And Chalmers slams it in.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving. No doubt whatsoever.
And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
Chalmers outside. There's the pick. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the right wing. Here's Mobo. Great defense that time from Banchero. Over in the corner, Reddish. Here's Black. And so it's Honolulu out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropped. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Timeout called, Honolulu.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And here is Brewer. Back to right. Here's Covington. Driving to the basket. And the dunk by Covington.
Wow, okay, Robert Covington on the tremendous finish. Wow, that was pretty.
Launches a 3. And the basket by Brewer.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Kept alive. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Banchero right side. And finished off by Banchero.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Honolulu.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they move the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for Honolulu. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. Wembanyama, a screen. Brewer. And Brewer with the stuff.
Dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Tries it from the top of the key. And it's good for 2.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Wembanyama outside. Right sets a screen. Wembanyama outside. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
I got yours.
Here's Brewer. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Honolulu leading by 23. On the wing, Brewer. Back to Wembanyama. Banchero outside. Banchero outside. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Beasley outside. And stolen by Wembanyama.
Really poor pass there, guys, and the D did a great job capitalizing off the mistake.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Albuquerque on D. Here's Brewer. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And so here's Albuquerque. Albuquerque again can't hit it.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Pass to Wright. .110 left here in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Beasley outside. Ayton the screen. And Michael Beasley good for 3. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Banchero outside. Pass to Wright. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Wright throws it down.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Beasley outside. Pass to Banchero. Second shot opportunity. And Ayton with the layup.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Timeout called, Honolulu. They're in front by 23. Here's what's your take?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they carry out their game plan, they should be golden.
Here's Brewer. Offline. So Honolulu wins it. This game may not have